want to make a video for me, very well. But I'm already through with the crumb coating level of this cake. It's alright, I'll still make the video with you. Now, for me to achieve this, I actually stick my skewer into the cake. I insert my skewer after giving it a good clean. I measured it and I cut it off and inserted it just to hold my cake together, to avoid it falling from each other, because this is a buttercream cake. And with this, my scraper, I used to pick my buttercream to rub around the cake and achieve this crumb coating level, as you can see. So I'm going to go further to frosting my cake proper. And before I do that, there is something I'd like to explain to you. Alright, this is it. Found what I wanted. In my other buttercream video, I actually used this scraper, that's my foam pack, to do the smoothing of my cake, as you can see. But in this very video, I'm going to be using the proper scraper here to do my job. So as a professional, you should be able to get this for your smoothing of cake. Alright, to smoothen my cake, now what I want to do is to cover this edge. So I just put my butter, and from the one left over here is what I use in coating the top. Do you get it? Alright, I'll try that again. Here I frost, and with this I coat the top. Then I give my body a good smoothing. So I'm going to repeat the same process here and through with the frosting. Go. Okay, just working on my front cake now. Go. Please get that music. You can see the opening here has exposed my cake to my lush coconut with carrot cake and chocolate cake I have right here. Now, if you experience something like this, it's very easy because it's bound to happen at some point. Just pick your buttercream and put the very spots that happened. Take it down to top. You can see it's sealing up right back. Then keep taking your buttercream to. I just want to work on here because I don't want the cake crumbs to show on any other side. So I'm going to work on covering here first before I clean my scraper and continue with my frosting the cake right. Alright, this is it. This is done. As you can see, this side of the cake is clean, but this side is not. So what should I do? Just look for a cleaner buttercream that is without crumbs to coat that very spot back. And here it is. Still working on the spot that was detached. Here we go. And here we go. So that very spot is taken care of, and from this we take it off. Don't worry about the particles, that's the crumbs of the cake. With your buttercream, you're going to frost all to cover it. The most important thing is to get your shape. Alright, the last time I did buttercream video, I did not do it with a turntable. This very stand here is my turntable. It helps to turn my cake and give me a good coating. But for me, I don't like to use turntable when I'm decorating my fondant, because you may want to do work before you know it turns to another direction. Except I get a turntable that I can just position it at a place anytime I want to and reset it to roll anytime I want to. Okay, I'm just still putting my cake, covering the top. right, here it is, still coating my, except you want to use 1 kg of butter at a time, but whereby you're working with half kg butter, just as I'm doing now, I would advise you just manage your butter gently, gradually at a time, to avoid you running out and having to look for more ingredients for your frosting. So as you can see here in my video, you can see this is my buttercream, still from the half kg butter I made, and by half kg I mean my 250 grams of butter and my 500 grams of icing sugar. That's my half kg butter. It's actually what I intend to use and frost this cake and also type the cake with. That's why you can see I'm trying to manage seriously here, but if you have enough, you can just play with it the way you want. All right, the butter I set aside for frosting is not enough, so I'll have to touch from my decoration butter to give my cake a good coat. And here we are. All right, this for my smooth sharp edge buttercream cake, but I won't be leaving it at this because it's not actually the design I want. I want to comb my cake. Now look at it. All right, you can see how sharp the edge is. Now I'm not going to leave it at this because I want my body of the cake to be combed. In my last video I refrigerated my cake, but in this video I'm not going to refrigerate it because I have to deliver this cake as fast as possible. So what I'll simply do is to go ahead and comb my cake, and by combing I have the average side, the smallest, and the bigger side. So I'm going to use the average side to do my combing now. You just keep spinning round while you allow the comb to do the work. Okay, this is it. All right, I'm going to comb the top of the cake now. So just place it in and spin round. If you check, my cake is much more fleshy cake. I don't want to use much buttercream for my clients. That's why you see a lot of people who say, is it not the same cake that somebody said is 3.5? Yes, it's 3.5, but is the flesh inside the cake worth the amount? Like, look at my cake now. This is pure cake. It's not even up to a half kg butter I use in doing this cake. So if your client is such client that needs just a cheaper work, well, I don't know whether you join the bandwagon of coating the cake that much with buttercream and giving less cake inside. But to me, I don't like doing that. Just try to convince my client that this is what I'll give you. Just going around the body once again to be able to arrange my edge. Alright, now I'm going to use my savior to give the board a clean. Alright, now there is something I want to introduce to you here, and that is actually how to make my own very drips. Formerly, I usually use egg whites to make my royal icing, but now there was a day I ran out of egg in the house. I just had to do something quickly, so I discovered using just water and icing sugar. That was few months back. Now this is it. My half teaspoon of water. You won't imagine the quantity of icing sugar this is going to consume. Now watch out. Okay, now this is it. For that half teaspoon of water, I put in my 1 tablespoon of icing sugar. Now watch what happens. Did I say 1 teaspoon? No, 1 tablespoon, please. All right, this is it. Yes, it may look very thick now, but if I use this on drip, it is bound to drip down more than what I expect. So I need to add a little more of icing sugar. So here we go. So I just add a little more till I have the consistency that I want. It looks stronger, right? Don't be surprised, this may be that consistency I need. Obvious this will not be enough, so I add a little more, half of this, and 2 tablespoons more. Okay, this quantity should be enough for my drips now. Okay, seems a little thicker. Just still add more, a little more water to free it. Drip is not going to, my drip is not going to be white, so I'll add a little more of my color. Oh, this my color is leaking. All right, this is my Acabado royal blue color, as you can see, the royal blue. And it's actually what I'll be using to do my work now. I insert my skewer into it and bring out the color to add to. Alright, so now give it a mix to blend in the color. Please, you may think this icing is quite thick. How will it drip? Never mind. By the time you leave it on your cake, you will see how it drips down. If you make a runny one, that's risky, because at the end of the day, it's definitely going to drip down to the extent you wouldn't want it to get, and your cake becomes a mess. So just work with this, my thick consistency, as you can see. Alright, here you can use the least thing as your nylon bag to do the piping, just like I'm going to do now in this. Here, my nylon, I put in. And I press it down. Tip of the bag, then I try to experiment my piping on the surface. So this is it, tying. Now is I try the piping on the surface to see how it will be. Okay, it's going. Alright, now let's move it over to the cake. Alright, now I'm going to move it over to the cake. Can you pause for me? So this is where I want my drip to start, and I drop it from here down, take it up again, and roll it this way and drop. Take it up again, roll it this way and drop. That's how I'll do till I have till I have the length I want. In this design, I'm not gonna be dripping around the whole cake, so I'm just gonna do it and leave it halfway. You can see how the drip is starting to drop down. It's beginning to take effect. So here we go. Alright, since I'm running out of my buttercream, so what I simply do is to add a little more of icing sugar into my already prepared buttercream, and I drop a little water to free it, because this will be a little harder. Consistency is still thicker than what I want to use for piping, so I drop a little quantity of water again. Let's say like 1/4 teaspoon of water. I have added twice. Now the consistency is getting free, as you can see. If you don't want to add water, you can use milk. Remember, in your mixture you can add flavor. It all depends on what you want. So here we go. This is my consistency for piping now.
Go.
Alright, this is it. My buttercream, I just want to make a little effect, so I'll make an effect of my cream color and blue color as my client's desire. Alright, again I separate it and add my blue color too. See? Okay, blue color can really be messy. You can see it has already stained my hands, so let me clean it out there. And here I add my blue to the buttercream and just give it a good turn. Alright, this is it. My nylon again, I just discovered I have just cut it and split it. And I split it because I want this to be 2 layers. So what I do is I put my buttercream online. Okay, online on. Just make sure it lines. Pick the cream color buttercream and also line beside the blue color. Okay, I do the same lining. You can as well do it direct into your piping bag, but just like to do mine like this. Then I give it a wrap. Here is how my wrap goes. Oh, I have water in the second. Okay, but this is how it is. I just keep rolling it, and now this is my piping bag, and this is my coil shape piping tip. But I'm not going to be using my piping bag direct. So what I do is I insert it into my icing sugar pack, cut it off. Okay, the size I cut is not enough, so still trim it out and ignore the coil shape. Then I insert the buttercream into the piping bag. Alright, then I trim this off a bit so it doesn't damage my. This process avoid waste for me. It helps my fondant to remain in the place. It doesn't go around the piping bag and spill the work. So this is it. And I'll start pressing out.
Go.
Look at this. It's pressing out for me. You can see one side is blue and one side is cream color. So I can have space to do my work.
Go.
Alright, this is it for my piping. I just do this. You can see how the piping goes. Now I don't want to be piping this way for now, so what I'll do is I'll pipe it this way round. So here, relax, you'll see. Just pipe round.
Go.
is how the piping is. Just keep piping around to the end. In the other video, if you notice, I used something like my quail shape piping, but it was a smaller size of it. So here, if I want to maintain the same thing, this is what I do. Just spin it around, and you can just repeat the same process here, and here it is. I'm going to continue piping around this. Alright, here it is. My buttercream cake is ready. But something is left. I'm going to place my happy birthday sticker here, so let's move to that. Just give a drop here, a drop here, and a drop here, just to finish my icing sugar in the back. So here we are. Now I can't really tell which sticker will be right for this cake. Is it this happy birthday sticker or is it this? But let me try with this. So I insert it into my cake. Whoa. Okay, that's nice. Just to give it a little wine. Then with my roses, I can just decide to add rose to the cake, and I'll just use my cling film to wrap around this. Show me lights. Alright, this is what I mean by cling film. I'll just unwrap it a little and wrap around the stick. Then I cut off. Take out my cling film and wrap this on the wrist stick. Alright, this is it. Before I take it to insert into the cake. So this is it. Now the problem is, which position do I want to keep? Is it here? Is it covering the happy birthday? No. Okay, let's go. So I insert it. This is it for our birthday cake. Made ready with just 1 pack of icing sugar and 1 pack of butter. I made my buttercream here. My 1 pack of icing sugar and 1 pack of 250 grams of butter. My cake is ready. Please, if you like my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel at La Bella World, and you will see more of my other videos coming your way. Especially if I post new videos, you will be alert to check if it will be good for your use. And please give me that thumbs up and press that notification button. Thank you guys for taking time to look at my video. I really appreciate you all. Bye bye. See you in another video. You can see we have different roses. This one is the pink rose and this is the white. You can decide to do any design that fits you. You can decide to add sprinkles to your cake to spice up the beauty. But for now, this is the design that my clients want, and here is what I have to offer. Bye.